Hey, I learned a fact this past week, and I was so proud of myself because, well, technically I knew the fact, but I proved someone wrong.
Okay.
Which, you know.
This is a completely different setup than to
My
whatever your
favorite
story
thing
is.
ever. So we were having our annual Thanksgiving dinner at our church, and Samantha called the stuffing dressing. And I said, "What's the difference in dressing and stuffing?" And she said, very matter-of-factly, "Stuffing is made with bread, dressing is made with cornbread." Stuffing is made with bread, dressing is made with cornbread. I said that correct. And I said, I don't think that that's actually what it is. I said, technically, I think dressing is when it's outside the bird and it's cooked as a totally separate dish. And stuffing is when you stuff it inside the bird. It doesn't necessarily matter about the bread that you use to make either one. And then I said, and I also really think that it's just a regional thing. Like Easterners, Northeasterners, they say stuffing, whereas Midwesterners and Southerners say dressing. And she was like, no, it's about the bread. And I was like, Google it. And sure enough, she sits there and she's like, oh, yeah, stuffing is when you put it in the bird, and dressing is when it's a separate side dish. But I know that it has to do with cornbread and regular bread as well. And I was like, but does Google say that? Because if Google doesn't say it, then it's not true.
So you are being the actually nerd.
Actually.
Actually, obviously, stuffing and dressing refer to the verbs. Now time for our weird news update.
Here are 3 real news stories you may not have heard.
All right, so last week I gave us a theme, and this week is the same.
You got a theme?
New theme across all 3 of these. The theme is weird meats.
Okay.
You ready?
No.
All right, we'll start off easy. Woman calls 911 to report pink meat at a North Carolina barbecue restaurant.
Does it say where in North Carolina this is?
Let me see here. Dispute at a barbecue restaurant caused a beef that resulted in a customer calling 911 over pink meat. The restaurant owner responded by telling her that meat turns pink when it's smoked, so that's exactly what it should look like. The barbecue brouhaha occurred at Clyde Cooper's Barbecue in Raleigh, North Carolina last week.
Raleigh.
I feel like I was close. When a customer named Annie Cook became upset that the meat in her barbecue order was pink. She returned about 10 minutes after picking up her order and said it wasn't done. I said, "Oh, honey, that is the pink from the smoke." I said, "It's done." And she couldn't comprehend it. Apparently, it just devolved into a giant fight. What this reminds me of is, I think it was the first season of Hell's Kitchen.
Okay.
Gordon Ramsay.
Yeah.
In the first season, and I think it only happened in the first season, like the people that came into the restaurant were actual people, like actual customers. In prior seasons after that, they were like friends of the show,
right.
Like people that knew what was going on and everything. In that first season, you saw a couple different interactions where Gordon was talking to customers over the serving line, which didn't really happen after that. It was just all interactions with the contestants. But a guy came up because there was, I think it was either in the steak or a burger or something, came up and said, "You trying to kill my girlfriend or what?" He's like, "What are you talking about?" He said, "It's pink." He said, "You think that's going to kill you? Have you heard of beef tartare?" Which is just rare hamburger or whatever, served up. Get out of here, you know, he cusses him out and everything. But I didn't realize that wasn't really that big of a deal.
Raw meat?
Not raw meat, but just pink.
Yeah.
Seeing pink in anything but a steak.
Yeah.
You know, for the longest time. But then even this is cooked barbecue meat is cooked. It just gets that pink colorization.
No, listen, if your barbecue isn't pink, then you really don't want to be eating it, especially when it's
overcooked.
Especially when it's like North Carolina style barbecue. Yeah. This woman must not have been a North Carolinian. She must have been from out of town. Had to have been. And I'm not entirely sure why she chose to eat barbecue in Raleigh, of all places in North Carolina. Why'd she go to Raleigh?
Well, you know, when you're visiting a city, you don't typically go, all right, now where in the state should we go for dinner?
That's fair. That's fair. However, she was just a couple hours away from, like, #1 nationally rated barbecue place. No joke.
Yeah.
Yeah. Pete Jones Barbecue, Ayden, North Carolina.
Okay.
She should have gone. Just saying.
All right. Weird meat news story number 2. New Spam figgy pudding is the year's strangest holiday dish. Spam is releasing a product called Spam figgy pudding, and you might think to yourself, it's figgy pudding. But it's not. It's figgy pudding flavored Spam. The holiday season isn't the most wonderful time of the year because of presents and goodwill. It's because the holiday season is the most delicious time of the year. From an abundance of scrumptious cookies and cakes to grand family feasts and delicious drinks, there's no better culinary time on the calendar than right now. The more the better. However, even I have my seasonal dining limits. I know because Spam just crashed right into them. The spreadable canned meat is back with another unlikely option. The company is getting in the Christmas spirit this year by combining with an old seasonal classic. Spam figgy pudding sounds strange enough to make anyone think Ebenezer Scrooge had the right idea all along.
Figgy pudding mystery meat, Tristan says.
Yeah, that's exactly what
Yum.
it is.
It's exactly what every Thanksgiving table needs this year.
Like, I saw it and I thought, okay, they're just releasing figgy pudding because nobody really does that anymore. And it's, you know, in the carol. I'm like, okay, this is just a fun thing. We're going to release some figgy pudding. But no, it's meat.
We wish you a Merry Christmas. We wish you a Merry Christmas.
So gross.
Now bring us some figgy pudding Spam. Now bring us some figgy pudding Spam.
It is sold out at the Spam's web store.
Why?
You can still order some cans on Amazon and Walmart.com.
Of all the things to be sold out of. See, that's what's wrong with the world. Is that, like, these stupid things, these marketing ploys end up selling out. And then these businesses are like, man, this was a joke, but somebody actually really wants it. And so then they continue making it. No, nobody really wants this. No one.
I assume half of the people that have bought this have bought it for like an eating challenge,
a taste test of some sort. Exactly.
On YouTube or on Facebook. And then
we're not buying it.
The other half are buying it just for, like, to have it. Like,
display
this is such
purposes.
a weird thing that I'm going to own it forever and never open it.
No one is gladly, happily, joyfully, excitedly, eagerly eating this.
I can't wait.
No one. No one.
It's going to be a new Christmas tradition.
And I'm putting my foot down. You will not order this. We will not eat
No,
it.
Absolutely not.
I won't.
I draw the line on weird meats for sure.
Okay.
Last episode? Last story from our Weird Meats news today. Mike Tyson and Evander Holyfield
Something about an ear.
have teamed up to launch Holy Ears Edible Cannabis.
Oh my gosh! Holy Ears Edible Cannabis? What the heck?
It's been 24 years since Mike Tyson bit part of Evander Holyfield's ear off in the famous 1997 fight. And a lot has changed since then. For one
like
thing,
their business partners.
A bunch of states have legalized marijuana for recreational use. 21 states and D.C. to be exact. So it should come as no surprise that it has a lot of folks trying to cash in on this new cash crop, including Tyson and Holyfield together, who have teamed up to make Holy Ears. They're just like little red ear-shaped gummies the commercial with both of them, it's a Christmas themed commercial, has Mike Tyson giving Evander Holyfield a gift, and it's a bag of these, and they are cherry pie flavored. And Evander Holyfield said, "Ears don't taste like cherry pie." And Mike says, "I ate your ear. It tasted like cherry pie." And Evander Holyfield would say, "Well, I guess you should know." How strange is it? And cool, I guess, that this, at one point, very bitter rivalry, where during an actual boxing match that Mike Tyson was afraid of losing, and he bit the dude's ear off in the match, that you can still see the chunk of ear taken off of Evander Holyfield, that now they're working together.
And this is dumb. And even more so, like, that commercial was dumb. They could have done so much better.
The commercial's stupid, yes.
Like, let me give... I'm Mike Tyson, you're Holyfield. Let me give you your bag of ears, right? Mm-hmm. You open them. You make a comment about, oh, how I'm giving you your ear back. But then I snatch them from you and I devour the whole bag. That's an even better commercial.
Yeah. I like that better.
See? Good grief.
Or just having Mike Tyson just staring at Holyfield's ear going, And Holyfield's like, "Nah, here, have these instead."
Yeah.
Something like that.
Yeah. Yeah. Good grief. I can't. I cannot.
Oh, man. Well, that was the news.